Hello and welcome to our Team Tiny Interactive Card Hop today for April 2022. We are going to be using a variety of things to make interactive cards, and today I will be using the Altenew Modern Swans Layering Stamp and Die Set and the Simon Says Stamp Wonky Hearts dies. And you can see on the screen the order that I'm going to be using them in, and I just chose some colors of cardstock that I had. Here I'm using the ink on 3 Juicy Embossing Ink on the interior piece that I will be placing on the card interior, and this is the front of the card. I did make it a little difficult on myself in the fact that I didn't just cut out the shaped card where you just fold the card as if it were a regular card and then just use a die to cut it out and just leave the top of it, the die above the cardstock. So this is another way of doing it where you place the top and bottom together to make a card base. So here I'm using the Ranger Ultrafine Embossing Powder in silver. And I'm going to come in with the heat tool to melt that lovely, beautiful silver embossing powder. And again, I'm going to use that white heart in the interior, and the blue will be the front of the card. Here I'm just using a Stamperatus from Stamping Up that I got from a wonderful lady that I know. And I'm using, basically I'm making masks. That's what I'm doing here with the pieces I had cut out with the dies. I'm using Altenew Obsidian ink. It's pigment ink. It's a beautiful crisp black ink. And again, I'm just going to replace the stamps there so I can make the masks. And you'll see a piece of paper that will have a stamping of swans to the right. It's just because I figured if I'm going to make the masks, I might as well use them, you know, over and over again. I just made it a lighter gray. So here I'm putting the placement of the swans so that they will be centered in the heart on the card front. And I put the one that I want to sit in the back on the top of the panel of the stamping mechanism. And then there is the mask that I'm placing on top of the stamped swan that I want to go in the front. And I'm placing the one I want in the back on top of that. So there's the mask. I'm going to stamp down the second swan, and lo and behold, the second swan will be sitting in the placement behind. So now I'm going in and I'm putting their little faces where it has their eye section and their beaks. And I'm coming back in with the Altenew Obsidian Pigment Ink. Here I'm just scoring at 3/4 of an inch at the top of the heart lobes for both colors, and then for the bottom base I'm scoring at 2 5/8. That's what I'm just showing you there. That's 2 5/8 there. Okay, so I'm just going to go in and I'm going to fold downward the top of the heart lobes, and I'm going to place glue. Now I'm folding the top of the lobes towards the interior of it so that both sides are basically on the reverse. And now I'm placing the interior on the base of the card base there, so it has the blue. And I'm going to go where the fold is and glue in a front panel that I'm also attaching to the gray so that it's cohesive and the gray shows on the exterior of the card base. And I'm just going to put glue on the base of the bent flap. I'm going to show you now, putting the glue on the base of the card on the front flap, and I'm going to attach the front of the card to that base. Okay, so basically now what you have is an easel card. That is the interactive card. I'm going to glue all 3 of those hearts together to put it on the interior. That'll hold the easel card open. Now I'm just coming in with luminance colored pencils, And Sandy Allnock has an amazing video with these very swans with this amazing coloring technique, and I highly recommend you going to her channel and watching her amazing coloring technique. Mine looks pretty nice. I'm proud of it. I enjoyed doing it, and I learned a lot from Sandy, but she did a phenomenal job, so please go to her channel. I will probably put her channel down below in the description so that you can go to this very, I guess, video that she made with the Altenew swans here, the laying ring swans. So I'm just coming in and I'm basically going to do one swan to show you the technique, because it's both are going to be the same exact techniques. Here I just put some shadows in the second one for you. And now I'm going back into the one on the left, as you can see, and just going to put some shadows, around to make it a nice fluffy feathers on the beautiful swan. And just go back in and just add all the different, cast shadows and texture and thing with both the pencil and the Pentel Milky White gel pen. This gel pen is amazing. It flows so nicely and it leaves a nice bright white finish. The ink is a beautiful bright white. I mean, it just glows and glistens. You'll see at the end in the picture how beautiful it turned out. Those little strokes just really look like feathering. I mean, it's really, really a beautiful quality pen. I highly recommend this pen. Okay, so now I'm just going in with the luminance pencils again, and I'm just going to put in some shadowing and make like they're in a lake. So like I said, Sandy Allnock does a much better job with the lake. She just puts in, greenery in the lake, beautiful background. She does great scenery all the time. So I didn't do all of that. I just put some water in the base and added a little bling in the end, but I truly and thoroughly enjoyed doing this, and I'm so happy that you joined us today. I appreciate you, and please remember to put in hashtag Team Tiny Interactive Card Hop so that you can continue on this hop and look at all the wonderful cards the other people, all the other creators created for you to enjoy, and you'll always learn something new and exciting with these hops. So here's the jewels that I added there. They're from Crescent Creations. Again, thank you for joining us. Have a blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye.